Yes, there seems to be a Dan Simmons revival here on BookTube, and I would like to take credit for it. I reviewed The Terror last year on I can't remember if it was a recommendation from Todd at ToddTheLibrarian, or I know he must have mentioned it, but it triggered something in me, and then I saw the book at a free type of library in Portland, and grabbed it, read it, and was amazed again by it and started reading Dan Simmons. So this trend on BookTube for Dan Simmons, yeah, started with me. So Drood was a buddy read with my friend in Norway, Silje, and we both enjoyed this book, but it was a trial. This book was a trial because we started it in March for Marching Mammoths, because the book is 775 pages long. Dan Simmons is known for his long books. But we both enjoyed this novel. Character novel, plot-driven novel, a little appetizer for hashtag Victober. It really is. And onward and upward with Charles Dickens. I plan to read Great Expectations. Silje and I are going to read. We both never have read it. And then I want to read David Copperfield. But this novel has to do with Drood and the mystery of Edmund Drood. And this novel is so rich. It is told by Wilkie Collins, who is an author and a popular author. I've never read any of his stuff, but I'm sure Katie at Books and Things has, because he was popular back in Victorian times, and he was a collaborator with Charles Dickens, close friends with him. But Drood and Dan Simmons takes it a level further. He follows chronologically the last 5 years of Dickens' life and everything, the relations, the sons and daughters, and everything that happened is true, except for this Salieri relationship, like Amadeus. And if you do wiki on Amadeus, do a little research, you'll find that that was made up too. Anyway, this is a rich novel. You can't really define it. It's horror, detective novel, murder mystery wrapped up in opium addiction that has a major part to do with it. Unreliable narrator to the extreme. They pull a few fast ones on you. And just the scenes below London that Dan Simmons creates. It's a whole community, a whole environment of people who live in shit streams, and Wilkie Collins and Charles Dickens go down there in search of Drood. All the crypts and the bones and the blindness and that's why I made a few videos about the tunnels here in Portland. It reminded me maybe I could think of a story about people who live, if you go down the tunnels and the blue lights go down there, maybe there's a door and you go in. But you think Dickens is dead and that Wilkie killed him towards the end. And the last 100 pages just flew by fast. Simmons is a great writer. Everyone who reads it must converse. And Dane Cobain and Dane reads we're gonna, we didn't plan this, just synchronicity. We're gonna read Hyperion by Dan Simmons. So it's been the year of Dan Simmons for me, and he's a great writer. So that's about all I have to say. I'm surprised I finished this up. I'll leave you with a shout of the geese. Toodaloo.